I used to get bullied when I was in elementary school, but I kind of sort of found out I got verbally bullied because when I was younger, I was smaller than my head was. My head was huge, and they were like, "Oh, your head is so big," and I'm like, "Wow, that really hurts." And as I got older, I grew into my head. My initials are E.T. And of course, the famous movie E.T. And I was just like, great. So everybody would tell me E.T. phone home. So I grew up a long way from people calling me this and calling me that. But I used to laugh with it because I'm thinking you guys are talking about my name, and there's probably something about your name too. Your initials is probably J.O.B. And I'm saying you need a job. So there's everything. Bullying you can turn into a positive way as long as you know that it can't affect you. My initials are E.T. And of course, the famous movie E.T. And I was just like, great. So everybody would tell me E.T. phone home. So I grew up a long way from people calling me this and calling me that. But I used to laugh with it because I'm thinking you guys are talking about my name, and there's probably something about your name too. Your initials is probably J.O.B. And I'm saying you need a job. So there's everything. Bullying you can turn into a positive way as long as you know that it can't affect you.
Yeah, there's verbal violence. You know, violence starts with words. So it escalates to 90%, over 90% of what happens verbally probably is taken off school grounds if it becomes physical. It's not the bullies who either do a Columbine or do themselves in. It's the bullied. So whatever translated for the bullies from when they were being abused, bullied, whatever, makes them a bully. They don't often take their own life or go out on a rampage after people. They don't feel the need to do that. It's the kids who feel powerless in the face of it that go for revenge or revenge on themselves, take it out on themselves, right? So yeah, so everybody says, do something about the bullies, get the bullies to stop, Yes, definitely, definitely. But our more vulnerable population is the ones who are bullied and feel they have no power. And if you search, they probably are in a similar role at home, parental or older siblings or whoever.
It's a cycle.
Yep. So to break it, I think that's our population we're supposed to connect with the strongest and set consequences on the bullies.
Obviously, the adults are the protectors. When it comes to bullying, most bullying is done away from supervision, away from adults. Bathrooms, hallways, playgrounds. And in this way, students who are targets need to understand that there are adults that are there to support them, and they have to know how to access these adults and have healthy relationships with the adults. That's one part of helping these students that are targets. The other is these students need to build their own personal psychological armor. They have to know how to deal with a bully situation. The third part of bullying are the people, the students that are actually viewing it, seeing it, the spectator. What is their role? Do they ignore it? Do they walk away? Do they get in the bully's face? Well, there are a lot of good models that teachers and schools can obtain around setting up a bully intervention program in their schools. And the best intervention program is everyone working together. The staff working together, the students working together, the parents working with the staff. In my book, I have a whole chapter that's dedicated to activities that teachers can use in the classroom, just like a regular lesson that deals with the different issues that bullying are. One of the first activities is a bully survey that students will take and say, how many times a day are you being verbally harassed? How many times a day or this week has someone made fun of you because of the color of your skin, or because of your sex, or because they wanted something from you, money or whatever? And you'd be amazed at how many students write down 2, 3, 4 times a day. I mean, studies show that up to 10% of every student population are bullied every day in one way or another. That's a lot of kids. if schools set up a model within their school community, that every student will be educated around the do's and don'ts as far as harassing each other. And this is done on a consistent basis. And then a culture of acceptance is the majority culture. And those few students who refuse to buy into that for whatever reason, they're the exception to the rule.